Well, it is, what is today's date?
It's the 20th of
The
November.
20th of November.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Say hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Anyway, I just have a few thoughts I wanted to get down before we're, as you could see, it's a rainy day. It's been a rainy week. And even though in November in California, that's not unusual or impossible by any means, when it was pouring down the most, we were looking at weather radar. And oddly enough, there was these anomalies in the radar that showed these center spots followed by concentric circles in the pattern that you could tell, and there was some of them were overlapping, some of them were far apart. You could tell they were trying to lead the storm. These were touchdown spots for the HAARP blasts. Now, beyond that, if you know what I'm talking about, you do. If you don't, you could check it out. If you don't care, well, that's fine too. But I just want to say that this whole thing with, America's just disintegrating completely.
I don't recognize it.
Charlie Kirk's opinion on the homeless. Oh, wait a minute. Charlie Kirk doesn't have an opinion anymore. But among other things, the thing that I tend to talk about and that we sort of deal with is that we're homeless, not by our design, not because we're drugged out or crazy.
Or lazy.
Or lazy or any of these things. We had our shit taken and that's all there is to it. And they have been pursuing us.
Hunting.
Every day since. This has been some years now. We're getting very tired of it.
Yeah, they promised us
and
twice.
The social interactions between us and every other homeless person and the rest of society has gotten more strained and more dangerous all the time.
Yeah.
And I've kind of figured out a few things. The reason that society doesn't want to look at this particular group is there's several factors, one of which is the biggest demographic in homeless people are middle-aged to older white people, couples especially, but
yeah,
that's not by accident.
It's 51% of people.
I'm making a video.
I know, are over 55.
That's not by accident. That is by intentionally crafted socioeconomic demographic design. The media puts out the image. We were watching a video the other day that was talking about, all the NGOs and the nonprofits, and they take all the money. Well, we've been saying this for years. And none of it gets filtered down. Yes, that's true. And so all that money that people have spent that was intended to help homelessness or solve it or whatever, and never got to where its arrived destination is supposed to be. Instead, so the guy's solution is you should open up all the asylums. So you're saying these other people fucking took the money,
stole it,
and then they are bad people for that. So let's punish the homeless.
Yeah, let's put them in jail.
In so many ways, that is
so wrong.
There's just, talk about kicking a dog when it's down. I mean, some of the things that are labeled as caused by the homeless, are the homeless responsible for the cartels? No. Really? Because what the is that? Oh, that's someone else.
Don't do that.
And we got to worry about who drives around us and who parks near us, because it could be cops, could be any creepo. Now things are getting weird.
things have been
But that's
here.
because most of the world,
Believe me.
their lives are run by fear. They're fearful, and they're afraid of.
selfish,
Can I do this or not?
Start over.
They're no, I don't want to.
All right.
She can't help but side bust.
Yeah.
Anyway, people are afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of they're afraid of all the things that the media alleges to be true, which is they're dangerous drug addicts that are crazy. Well, that's not really true.
Nope.
I see homeless people all over, and when we have conversations with them, conversations with homeless people are fairly direct and easy in the regard of you know what each other's talking about. There's no need to regale with horror stories because everybody suffered them.
Yeah.
So it's just basically about, some friendly banter and then either, watch out for this or that or something. And we happen to have maintained our quasi-independent autonomy for a while, so that further angers a lot of people in the authority department. But everybody's afraid, and it's because they've made you afraid. And if people weren't afraid, then they might ask a question or two. Now, I get it. People think that everybody's mooching and stuff. That's not necessarily the truth. And as an American, I always paid in to Social Security and was always sympathetic to charity of disabled and disadvantaged individuals. I never discriminated by race. So I don't think it's an impossibility for someone to think out. But when you're just indoctrinated into this image that's made by the media, forced by the cops, and given the green light by the courts, then it's very hard to fight the programming. We know. We were part of the regular norm for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, a combination of events it transpires, and you just find yourself. When we first got homeless, I was very depressed. I stayed depressed for like a month and a half, almost nearly comatose. I did the basic functions, but beyond that, it was very hard. And I thought, there's no way. I told her, there's no way. We won't be here that long. We will not be here that long. In comedy, I literally knew or know thousands of people. In construction, same. We were both in program, same 12-step program. So out of all these thousands of people that we knew, among which our family and friends, that by name, handshake basis, and that knew us, when this happened, I was certain that even if I had a net that had some holes in it, there was somewhere we could land. And out of those thousands of people, and we did help a lot. I was sober. I was poster child for AA for 8 years, and that was my personal mandate. I'm going to be of service, and so I did everything I could. I tried to be of service. I did everything for program, and I did everything on a personal level. There was hardly a weekend where I wasn't doing some kind of thing for somebody.
Me too.
Because so this was our mission, and yet when this shit went down with us, we, out of the people that we've known, only one of them has opened, let us have a room for a little bit. And that was a person down in San Diego that was using that as a method to get back at me for some alleged transgression 30 years ago. Petty little fuck. You know, I don't like to ask people for things for myself. But when I've got, hey, we had the animals and then Tracy, then I will. But also, in America, with so much opulent wealth and luxury and just money, a couple of old people. Now, you know what? Here's another thing, too. We wouldn't be homeless. We would not be homeless nor asking for shit from anybody if we got what was due us, not only from my work, the people that owe me money and rip me off, but also because I work construction. And people just gouge the people that work for them. Anyway, and then, but since then, disability and on Social Security, of which we both paid into for years, I never questioned who they were paying it out for. That was just how you fucking did it. You paid your taxes and paid your Social Security. And they owe her and me enough money to where we would never have to worry about things again.
Yeah.
Instead, she was blind. That means no fucking vision on the street for 2.5 years.
Except you help.
And no, we begged Social Security for help. Everybody. At that time, the cops had a boater for us, and not only was she blind and we were begging for help, but they went around and sabotaged every charity, county agency, church, NGO, nonprofit. They told all of them, don't help these people. They're banned. They physically went around to the offices and showed their faces there and said, a cop and a social worker.
Yeah, and
okay, I got it.
Didn't.
So when people see other homeless people, I know they're afraid. They're afraid of what they might do, and they're afraid of that they might become them, and they probably will. Let me tell you, working in America, with automation and robotics and AI, how long do you see your job lasting? If it comes to the white-collar community, well, they're also fixing to come out with the med bed. That gets rid of doctors and nurses and all that shit. There's just about no kind of white-collar intellectual work that AI couldn't do better instantly.
Yeah.
There's no kind of machination, manufacturing, labor work that robotics and AI couldn't do faster and better without injury or cost, really. So before too long, most people will not be working. And then what? Unless you're already independently wealthy, in which case you're still a slave to whatever kind of monetary system there is. And they can take care of that shit too. This is a problem, a deliberately created demographic that everybody's afraid of, and they really should stop and think. Everybody's gotten so to the point to where they just have DoorDash. I want to eat, so I don't want to cook, and I just have someone bring it to me. And then you order up your fucking videos on or whatever, and you could sit in your recliner in your living room and just get everything brought to you and turn into this giant, green, corpulent, fat mass. And you just have life. Hand it to me, please. Oh, fuck that. I'd rather die out here honest and righteous and miserable
suffering.
that I would, knowing was part of the fucking problem, the enemy that I hate now. If I had to trade places, I wouldn't. If I can't get it the way I want it, which is free of obligation towards any kind of authority figure, then I don't want it. You know? So I guess what I'm trying to say about this in this whole video is I just am disappointed in America and Americans, but I understand there's a lot of shell shock going on, but we got to start kind of unifying among citizens, whether they're, I swear, I don't even trip on people's politics now. I think that everybody, Republicans, Democrats, doesn't matter who, we're all fucking lied to and misled. So before we go fucking forming these permanent images of hate and we disenfranchise ourselves from everybody around us, maybe we should stop and think, hey, that person is they're a lot more like me than not. And watch them, look at them. Watch people. They might be a little bit slow and pathetic, but it doesn't mean they're not human like you. And people that say they're Christians, let's say they're any kind of religious person, and they just give that disgusted look towards you, and that's all they regard. You could be laying there bleeding, and someone will come step over your body just to get a cold bowl of mush. Are you kidding? You don't have enough compassion to stop and fucking help somebody? So we're living in dystopian times already. It's not that we're going to get there. We are there. I'm very saddened to think that, we've got it like this. But then I think, is that the way it was for all old people? Or is it just us in this particular thing? I'm just trying to get a loan that I can pay back for a few years and get a co-signer. I don't even need a person to help me per se or loan me. I can't, out of the thousands and thousands of people that we know, I can't find one. But if Armageddon comes tomorrow, hey, you know what? Next month, Tracy and I will still be looking for stuff and doing things. And I don't know what would happen with the rest of the world. But if you put people in the fucking dirt, they're going to learn how to dig. So with that happy note, I guess I'll say adieu to you.